Hi guys and welcome to today's video. I have to start out today's video with a little bit of a confession. I posted a post on my Instagram some time ago, showing it here, telling you guys to send me questions on how it is that you would like to organize your lives. You guys have always noticed that I'm super organized. We've had questions about this. I've answered a lot of them. I've had DM exchanges about this. I've had email exchanges about it. We've had YouTube comment section conversations about this. But I have to tell you that even though I'm a very organized person, I'm not an organizing expert. I just want to start with putting this out there. I thought, okay, I'm going to have people send in questions and I'm going to sit and I'm going to answer them. But all the questions I've got are so broad as a category that I think this is going to be a slightly little bit of an extra chatty video. I'm also going to be thinking as I talk. I've gone through all the comments that you guys did post because there were a lot of them on the post that I posted on Instagram, not sounding very organized, Anam. And what I finally decided to do was segregate all the answers I want to give you into 4 categories. This is going to be a slightly chatty video. I'll try and concise my thoughts so it doesn't become too long. But if you've ever been interested in how I organize my life, I think that you should watch this video till the end. Okay, so starting with the first part I have in mind, which is why organize to begin with. Now, I have heard a lot of people saying, oh my god, you're so organized, I'm so laid back, I'm so chill about things. It sounds very cool, sure. But I'm a total nerd, I'm a total geek. I like to know where my things are. If you've seen my how I organize my makeup video, you even know that my lipsticks are organized into tiny little sections basis the shade family they belong to. I'm like that about my work as well as about my personal life. I like for things to be in order, and the main reason is because I want to be an organized person. I strive to be an organized person. It comes naturally to me, but I still have to make an effort towards it because I also have my own work, my own setup. If I had a job life, I guess there's a boss who would be able to tell me what to do and when to do. But having your own business, if you're a freelancer, if you're anyone who has their own company, I have my own team, all of which sounds cool, but it comes with a lot of responsibility. You have to be very self-driven, if you know what I mean. You have to know that, okay, this is my day off, but if something comes up on your day off, you still have to address it. So if you ask me why organize, I would say to make your life simpler, to make your time more productive, to make sure that you're optimizing your resources. Resources could be your time, resources could be your money, resources could be the amount of effort and hours that your team spends in office working with you. Resources could be a multiple set of things, and I think that that's why you need to organize. Okay, now I'm gonna answer a very important question. This is a little bit tricky for me because I don't know if I'm going to be able to include everything, but I'm going to definitely try. How I organize things. Okay, so most of you might already know this, but my life is like pretty much 90% paperless. When I get ideas, I make it a point to pick up my phone or pick up my iPad, whatever is closer, and put it down in my notes. So I rely on a lot of apps to help make my life simpler. I'm just going to name a few apps and I'll try and throw in screenshots wherever I can. Notes, for example. All our phones have notes, and I think that the minute you get an idea or you remember there is something, put it down. Okay, another app that I absolutely swear by, I think I've talked about this one before, Wunderlist. Wunderlist is an amazing app. I discovered it by accident through my app store a few years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago I think, and I have gotten a huge number of people glued onto the app. It's very, very productive. So first of all, this app is available on both App Store as well as the Google Store, which is great. This app allows you to make like a list, a new list. Like let's say I'm saying Anam's to do. I wish I could just open my phone and show it to you guys, but you know I'm not entirely comfortable with that because I have a lot of my personal professional things on it, so I hope you guys understand that. So as I was saying, the app sort of has something like, okay, Anam's list, and then I could invite, let's say, my manager or my husband to be part of that. So every time they think of something I'm supposed to do, they'll put it down. It does give you the satisfaction of checking off, and this big tick comes and it gets scratched off and goes into the done section every time you finish a task that's assigned to you. Apart from just putting things down, you can also put timelines, reminders, you can add comments on it, or for example, if there's a shared list, like let's say we have a What When Where shoot list. I'll put something down and I'll assign the task to my manager because she's also on the list, or I'll assign the task to my production team, or I'll assign the task to my assistant because she needs to get something done for a shoot. So it also allows you to assign tasks, which means that person knows that this task is for them. Similarly, I also use this on the household front, where Jerry and I have common household lists, and I'll set like a reminder, call the AC service guy, and he'll get like an alert, and he'll also get an alarm for when he needs to get the job done, and then he just needs to do the task that's assigned to him. It's that simple. So Wunderlist is an app that I really love. Clearly you can see how passionate I am about it. I genuinely love it. I really use Excel sheets a lot. Again, I know a lot of people who are like, oh my god, Microsoft Office, not for me. I get it. We've all had blocks against certain apps, especially you've tried them before and they haven't worked for you, or if you were forced to use these apps during college, people tend to have a mental block against them. But Excel sheets have saved my life. Excel sheets have saved my life to an extent where everything from my accounts, my home tasks, when we were doing up this entire house, you guys know we took about 2 months to sit and do up this entire house. I banked on Excel sheets to make sure everything was aligned, everything was assigned, all the numbers and finances were brought into one place where I knew everything was going. It's really simple to use, obviously, but it's also something that will really simplify your life, and you won't know the potential level of simplicity till you use Excel. Take that from me, I promise. I should be brand ambassador for these apps. Okay, another app that I definitely want to mention is this app called Spark. Spark is an app for emails, but for me, I feel like it goes the extra mile, and the reason it goes the extra mile is because it also allows me to schedule my emails. Like, let's say for example, I've told a client, let's connect on Monday morning and figure out when to schedule the meeting for, which happens with me all the time because I set my calendar for the week every Monday first half. So I said, okay, let's connect on Monday and figure out what works for us, what time we're free at the same time, and I'll schedule an email and say it'll reach me at Monday at like 10 a.m., which is when I sit to work, and I'll mark the client on it and myself on it and my manager on it and be like, reminder to schedule meeting for later this week. So it also allows me to do that. Apart from that, it also connects with my calendar beautifully, which is another app I live by. My Spark is integrated with my calendar. My calendar is the Mac calendar. So because I use iCloud, I can also sync in my laptop calendar with my iPad calendar with my phone calendar, which works beautifully. So when I'm doing things that are charted out on my calendar for work, they're usually color coded in like pink. If it's for personal, they're usually color coded in like blue. If my team has been assigned to attend a certain event at a certain day and time, I will put that in also in like purple, so I know when my team is going for events and where they are, etc., and they can access it as well. Which brings me to the next step of the calendar invite feature, where you can not just put the location and the time slot and keep travel time. You can insert and say need travel time of like half an hour, but it also allows you to invite people, so everyone who wants the reminder to pop up on their phones as well will then accept the invite and it will pop up on their phones as well. Again, this is something that is possible across Google as well as Apple. Basically, it doesn't matter what you're using, what iOS you're using. I know I sound really into it, and that's because I am. I just hope I don't sound completely crazy. I use these apps because I realize they are making my life simple, and at the same time, I don't want to accidentally commit to 2 different places at the same time. There are a lot of events in my line of work. There are a lot of shoots in my line of work, and the only way I know for sure I'm free at a particular time is if I'm writing it down. Now, I do have this little notebook over here. I should probably show you. Yeah, this is what it looks like. It says yes you can. It's from Odd Giraffe, and you'll see these little stickies sticking out, which clearly, I mean, even with my notebook, I need to know what page to jump to immediately. They say to do, they say shoot work, there's another to do, so it's like a daily to do and a weekly like targets to do. So as you can see, even my notebook has like a little organizing level, and again, the reason behind that is because sometimes when I'm on a call, it's quicker to write. I also do type when I'm like, my laptop is right here, and I also do type when I'm on a call, but sometimes it's just quicker to write. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I've missed any apps or anything else that I use. Apart from that, we have a lot of WhatsApp groups in case that's something that helps you. So even though my team that comes into office is relatively small, we're about 3 to 4 people who come into office every day. My home office, just in case you guys are wondering, I hope you've seen that entire tour. Even then, we have different groups. So we have a generic What When Why group, and then we have like What When Why shoots as a group, and then we have have What When Wear edits as a group, and then we have What When Wear sourcings and looks as a group. The reason is because we don't want to go to one group and then have to scroll 1,000 times. Each category has its own group. Another app that I've heard a lot of my colleagues and actually a lot of Jerry's colleagues as well use is this app called Slack. It's basically WhatsApp, but it's a different app. So I think it just does the same thing. You have groups for different things, or you have one-on-one contacts on it, but I haven't used it, so I can't comment. I tried using it for a bit, but I don't remember what happened. I don't think I really got into it because everyone was already on WhatsApp and it was just quicker. But yeah, these are all the apps and how I organize and how I go through it. I think I should also mention that another aspect, like a tech aspect, since I'm mentioning apps, that really helps are my hard drives. This one is glued into my laptop right now, or I would take it off. I own this baby in like 3, 4, 5 colors: white, blue, yellow, black, ek aur hai, can't remember. I think 4 colors then. And I swear by hard drives, it's the easiest thing to do, to have around. I don't want to have to lug around unnecessary data, so when I'm traveling, I'll carry the hard drive with the data that I know I'll need, and everything else can be there back home. So yeah, I think I'm done with all the apps and the tech part of what I do. I'm gonna now go over and just a little bit cover the third topic that I have in mind, which is multitasking. Multitasking is a huge part of being an organized person. I have a lot of you asking me in the comments of the post that I put up on Instagram saying, do you have any OCDs? Now, obsessive compulsive disorders are literally medical terms, so I wouldn't say I have literal obsessive compulsive disorders, but I do have obsessive disorders. I could be moderately obsessive about them from time to time. Fine, I'll say it. But it's not like I'll go crazy. If it's in my control, great, I'll do it the way I want to. If it's not, you also have to learn to say chill, let it go. Certain things just unfold at their own pace, and same applies for work. I do think multitasking is a huge part of being an organized person, and the reason I say that is because you have 24 hours in a day, out of which you sleep for about 6 to 8 hours. You have 16 hours left right there. On average, for people that go to work or go to college, like need the travel time, 2 hours gone right there. Right, so we've gone from 16 hours to about 14 hours. From 14 hours, you will definitely keep about 2 or 3 hours to yourself, whether it's to chill with your friends, chill with your family, take a bath, eat food, whatever it is. So we've gone from 24, we've gone to 16, from 16 we've gone to 14, and now from 14 we've gone to 11, right? We've reduced 3 more. Now from these 11 hours that are left, typically work hours, office hours are 9 to 5 or 10 to 6. So that's about 8 hours. So 11 minus 8 is 3. You have 3 hours left to do whatever else you want to do. Could be anything and everything. Chores, your personal time, your chilling time, your partying time, your meditating time, your gym time, whatever you call it, right? My point is we all get fixed number of hours in a day, and there are a set of default do's that you are going to do on a daily or a weekly or a monthly basis. It only makes sense for you to chart time out or learn to optimize your time as you go along. Like for example, a lot of times when I have back-to-back calls lined up with clients and I have to go to events, I will make sure I don't take my car and I don't drive, so that I can have my laptop open in my lap and I'm in the cab, I'm in an Ola or an Uber or whatever, and I'm sitting at the back and getting my work done. That could be multitasking because I'm traveling and at the same time I'm making the most of my time by finishing work as well. Little confession, I have also done that deliberately when I was binge watching Game of Thrones in 2018, just to make sure I caught up with Game of Thrones and watched it, because you guys know the whole Game of Thrones 7th season in 8 days story. I'm not going to go there right now, but like little things, like I'll reach early for a flight just so I get a little extra time in the lounge to sit and chill and finish off some emails, do some preps, look up some references for shoots. It's just a little bit where you really need to take initiative and make the most out of whatever time you have. If that means you're catching up with one of your shows while having lunch, great, you're making the most of your break. For me, sometimes it also means fun things like doing a food review while I'm meeting a friend. It's great, I'm multitasking. Just find little ways in which you can multitask and you will realize how much more use you're making of your time. I think that some of this also circles back to the mental ideology of people saying kar lenge na, kar lenge na, kar lenge na. But the thing is, kab karoge? You know, there's one of those kahavats that goes kal kare so aaj kar and aaj kare so ab. I don't remember the rest of it. But it's literally that. It actually literally is that. The minute you think of something, don't push it to tomorrow. You'll be like, oh, it'll take 5 minutes, I'll do it tomorrow. Arey, but if it'll take 5 minutes, finish it now, na? Like, what's the big deal in that? Finish it so you can check it off. I think there's a certain level of satisfaction we all get. It's just doing that tick when you finish off a job. Yeah, okay, so I think that I've explained to you the importance of multitasking and why I'm so passionate about it. Okay, one last itsy bitsy part that I actually got from quite a few people in the comment section of this post was, how do you manage your content calendar? Now, this is very relevant to me and people who have similar jobs as me, who I'm a full-time blogger and a full-time YouTuber. And just in case you don't know, the meaning behind the word content calendar means how do you decide what is going up when? It's really simple for me. I use Excel sheets. I have made my own annual calendar where I have what day it is, what date it is, and what I would like to put up that day, so that in case even if I forget, I have that to refer to and I will go back there and post. It's that simple. I think it's really easy to maintain order in these things once you start. Starting it is the tough part, but start it. I urge each and every one of you to start it. Pick up a pen. If you're not into computers or not into apps for organizing your life, pick up a pen. Don't go picking up a big book or a thick book and all of that. Like, I have a dozen calendars with like days and dates and all those fancy things. But to me, something like this, which is like it's a plain diary with just lines, I prefer something like this, because the minute I start allotting it into day boxes and date boxes, and something changes to the other day, for me, this is what I prefer. Pick up something, anything that works. I have talked a lot through this video. I have no idea how long the final edit is going to be. If it's too long, I hope you had some chai while watching this video, or coffee. I hope that this is helpful for you. Once again, I'm not an expert. I'm only sharing my experiences. I hope that I've been able to help you, even if it's in the smallest of ways. By the way, in case you've made it till the end of this video, this is me telling you that there is a 100k giveaway in this video. So make sure you read the info box down below, because there are some fun things coming up for you. I will see you in the next one, and hopefully you will see me in the next one. Also, I really hope that you hit the subscribe button and that you turn those bell notifications on. Keep coming back for more videos, because I upload 5 of them a week, and I don't think I would do it if it wasn't for your love, your support, your encouragement. I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.